Good morning, everyone. Good morning, graduates and families. Please welcome our Board of Education and Central Office administrators, Dr. Sinha, Mrs. McLaughlin, and Dr. Canoni from District Office, and Mr. Holub, Mr. Pinot, Mrs. Granville, Mr. Casaro, and Mr. Wakeham from the Board of Education. Also special welcome to Ms. Angela Heineman, recently retired President of the Board of Education. Graduates, please stand. Thank you. Graduates, throughout the ceremony, you should be socially distanced, so you will be able to remove your masks while you're seated and come up, again, as long as you remain social distance. Parents, later in the ceremony, when you are welcomed up out of your vehicles, please, again, remain socially distanced and wear masks if you are not. Good morning. Welcome to everyone. I would like to welcome your Student Council President, Jamie Besendorfer, to say the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Jamie. We're now going to hear the Star-Spangled Banner, and this version of it is one that you've heard every morning on the AM announcements for the last 4 years. I want to thank Elizabeth Dodarian, Alexandra Davidson, and Mr. Mayo for being in the office every day to make that happen. The Star-Spangled Banner. Please be seated. It's a hot one out here today, so I will be brief, but I want to say how much I will miss this class, not because of the last 4 months, but because you are an amazing group of individuals that has made the last 4 years so enjoyable to come to work every day and do my best to make Garden City High School a better place. I have 2 simple pieces of advice that I normally write in students' yearbooks. Make good decisions and have fun. Best of luck to all of you in your future endeavors. Before we move forward, I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the service of the men and women in uniform at home and abroad, keeping us safe in so many ways this year. I would also like to observe a moment of silence for all those individuals we lost this year, especially Coach Tom Flatley, whose legend and impact on Garden City High School will never be forgotten. Thank you. I need to recognize the high school assistant principals, Dave Parada, Mandy Stefankevich, and Marty Malone, for daily insight and professionalism. I would again like to introduce the distinguished members of the dais today, Dr. Sinha, Mrs. McLaughlin, and Dr. Canoni from Central Administration, And Mr. Holub, Mr. Pinot, Mrs. Granville, Mr. Casaro, and Mr. Wakeham from the Board of Education. And again, congratulations and thank you to Mrs. Angela Heineman for her newly retired position as President of the Board of Ed. Congratulations and thank you. I also want to congratulate newly retired District Administrators, English Coordinator Bernadette Arnone and Athletic Director Dawn Cerrone. And now I'd like to introduce this year's salutatorian, Catherine Staub.
Good morning and welcome to graduation. I'd like to thank the members of the Board of Education, Dr. Sinha and the District Administration, Mr. Steingrubner, the high school administration, and all of the teachers and staff. I'd also like to thank the families of the graduates of 2020. Mom, Dad, Brendan, and Elizabeth, I definitely wouldn't have made it here without you. I have always been terrified of public speaking and was nervous for this day from the moment I was named salutatorian. Despite this, when the school year was cut short and graduation was up in the air, I was so sad at the prospect of not doing it. I feel so lucky to actually be able to be here with you all today and experience this moment that seemed so unlikely even a month ago. As I started to think about my themes for this speech, I struggled to figure out how I could express all that the class of 2020 had been through. When we picked up our yearbooks in early June, as I flipped through and came to my picture, I was struck by the quote I picked in the beginning of the year. Be nice to everyone, always smile, and appreciate the little things, because it could all be gone tomorrow. I had no idea how true this quote would be. We thought we had 4 more months full of laughs, excitement, and cherishing our hard-earned last moments with those who we have grown up with since kindergarten. We missed waving at our friends in the hallways with beaming smiles on our faces, bursting out laughing at funny moments in class, and wrapping our friends in big hugs to congratulate them on their plans for next year. We also missed many big moments, like playing our last season of sports, signing each other's yearbooks, and most importantly, saying goodbye to all the teachers and classmates that have had such a large impact on our lives. However, if there's one thing this unexpected end has taught me, it's to always appreciate the little things. Life moves fast, and it's all too easy to get caught up in everything and forget to enjoy where you are. When the world stops, the little things are the things you miss the most. One positive that came from this temporary pause was the chance to reflect on the past and the future and truly take in and appreciate all that life has to offer. So to my classmates, as we take the next step, thank you for everything. This has always been a community where I felt so supported in good times and in bad. In looking back on my amazing time in this school, the small moments are definitely the memories I will treasure forever. I am so thankful that for the 3 3/5 years we have spent together and all the experiences we are able to have that more than make up for the missed time. I wish luck to everyone and can't wait to see all the amazing things you'll accomplish in the future.
Thank you, Catherine. Please welcome Riley Bauer, the senior class president, to present the senior gift.
Dear graduates of the class of 2020, you made it. Congratulations. Unfortunately, we were not able to participate in the Battle of the Classes this year. Each year, this fundraiser donates 100% of the money raised to the Jamie and Paige Malone Foundation, a non-for-profit that assists local families, charities, and individuals in need. To further Jamie and Paige's tremendous legacy, the class of 2020 will donate $3,000 to their foundation. It has been a pleasure and a privilege to be your class president for the last 2 years. Remember, success is never owned, but rented, and the rent is due every day. You pay with your work, sacrifices, and discipline. Best of luck to all of you, and thank you for the incredible memories.
Thank you, Riley. George Arianis will now read his essay. He submitted to win the Julia Maloney Scholarship.
Good morning, everyone, and congrats to all the graduates. I'm so happy to be here in person to share this with all of you. The Julia Maloney Scholarship is awarded every year to a senior who writes an essay about a teacher who impacted their life. I chose to write about Mr. Tulo, my middle school gym teacher, who's standing right over there. While gym class may be an afterthought to most, my middle school gym teacher, Mr. Tulo, introduced me to the world of fitness, which has provided me with a fulfilling lifestyle and lifelong interest. Mr. Tulo demonstrated his passion for fitness, a passion that changed my life for the better in health class, gym, and even advanced PE. My first experience with Mr. Tulo was in my 6th grade health class, in which he piqued my interest with a new program he was starting, CrossFit. As a scrawny 11-year-old, I'd seldom worked out at that point. After I attended that first session, Mr. Tulo's attitude and passion kept me coming back. In both 6th and 7th grades, I woke up early twice a week to learn from Mr. Tulo about form for new exercises, such as keeping my back straight while squatting. In my 8th grade year, Mr. Tulo announced that the school offered a workout class, Advanced PE, as an elective. I was the first to sign up for it, knowing it would satisfy my ever-growing passion for fitness. After 3 years of working out under Mr. Tulo, I had a great base of both physical muscle and knowledge to continue working out outside of school. I joined the varsity swim team my freshman year of high school, something Mr. Tulo always encouraged me to do. Building off the knowledge I had obtained, I joined the local UFC gym and created my own workout plan that allowed me to set goals and achieve them on a weekly basis. The gym provides structure and allows me to release stress. Additionally, I have introduced many of my friends to the fit lifestyle I practice, and it is often a topic of conversation among us. Without Mr. Tulo nurturing my love of fitness, all the benefits and my passion for the gym would not exist. While Mr. Tulo provided me with irreplaceable encouragement and knowledge in the weight room, he was also a friend outside it. He quickly became my favorite teacher with his fun attitude and outgoing personality. One of my fondest memories of Mr. Tulo was in 8th grade when I starred as Danny Zuko in the middle school's production of Grease. Even though I would not be able to swim on the varsity team that year, Mr. Tulo was ecstatic when he heard I had landed the lead role. He even volunteered to support me the night of the show as a teacher chaperone for the performance. His unwavering support for all that I did in and out of the gym left a lasting impact on me as I try to show the same support to my friends in their endeavors. By opening the door to the world of fitness, Mr. Tulo changed my life for the better. I'm forever grateful for him and his lessons, which I carry with me every day. Thank you to Garden City and the teachers and staff for the countless memories, and good luck to all my fellow graduates. And a special thank you to my family, Mom, Dad, Alessia, I love you so much. Thanks for all the support.
Mr. Tulo, come on over. The photographer's coming. Congratulations. We'll get a photo of you guys. Hold on. Guys, photographer. Thank you very much. Please welcome the Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Kasum Sinha.
Thank you, Mr. Steingrubner. Members of the Board of Education, administrators, faculty and staff, parents, grandparents, friends of the class of 2020, and soon-to-be graduates, welcome. Today is a very special day. 4 years ago, you were just a bunch of wide-eyed 8th graders looking through your high school course catalog with wonderment and dreaming of all the possibilities while picking classes you never thought would be available and contemplating the lasting friendships and incredible experiences that awaited you. But now, I see artists who draw, paint, sculpt. I see industrial and graphic designers. I see film directors, photographers, fashion designers, each vulnerable, but still not afraid to share their unique perspectives of the world. I see scholars, engineers, computer scientists, doctors, researchers. I see athletes, musicians, and caring young people who reach out to help others. What an impressive group of young people you have grown up to become, and I have no doubt that each and every one of you will be successful after leaving us. In your young lives, you have already been part of historic times. You were born in the shadows of 9/11, grew up during a massive technology transformation that has permanently changed our lives, and now you're living through a pandemic that is hopefully a once-in-a-lifetime event. You are resilient and resourceful. Challenges and opportunities abound, and you have exciting times coming up. This is just the beginning. I've only had the fortune of being with you for 2 years, but one thing I've seen, and I talked to many of you, your parents, your teachers, and other members of the community, is how optimistic and resilient you all are. I've seen your grace and poise during the school year and how you have handled these past few months. I couldn't be more proud of you. As you leave us and move on to the next phase of your life, carry the same sense of optimism and resilience as you have today. You don't know what twists and turns await you and how life is full of surprises. Take it from me, it's all about the journey. In my own personal story, if anyone suggested to me that I'd have the good fortune to be standing in front of you today, I would have never believed it. I came here to the United States as an immigrant when I was in elementary school and lived through my own interesting times. One thing I learned early was the value of community, hard work, and making the best of circumstances that you are in. I have also been blessed with great opportunities and amazing people who have come into my life and mentored me. For me, these are the core aspects that transcend any time in which you live. As you continue on your journey, the one thing I can pass on to you is that you are responsible for your lives. Take control of your destiny and seek out the opportunities you want. Events and conditions don't shape you, help you grow, or define who you are. It's the actions you take and how you handle the conditions that do. So work hard and be prepared to seize the opportunities that come your way. Remember that luck is when being prepared intersects with opportunity. You need to work hard and create those opportunities. In the recent months, we have experienced such unrest, not just in our local communities, but nationally and globally with the healthcare crisis, economic crisis, and with the social challenges we're seeing today. In the same way that the previous generations advanced our country, I know you will do your part in making our country a better place. Life is never perfect, but it is wonderful. Enjoy the journey. I am confident that you'll meet the future with the same grace and poise that I've seen. So seek opportunities and lead your life with purpose and intention. You are our future leaders, our beacon of hope, and through your resiliency, you'll make us better. Congratulations, class of 2020.
Thank you, Dr. Sinha. It is my pleasure to welcome your 2020 valedictorian, Mary Foxon.
Lost the sunglasses, whoa. morning, class of 2020. Somehow we made it through these past 4 years and even our especially interesting senior year. I'm so happy we are gathered together one last time before going our separate ways in the fall. I would like to start by thanking the members of the Board of Education, Dr. Sinha and District Administration, Mr. Steingrubner and High Administration, graduates and their families, and all teachers and staff for their unending effort during the pandemic and these past 4 years. In addition, I need to take the time now to say thank you to my family. This is one of the few opportunities I will get to publicly express just how grateful I am to have them in my life. Dad, Mom, Annie, Timmy, and Julia, I wouldn't be the same without all of you, and I wouldn't be standing here today if it weren't for you. And in light of what happened these past few months, let us take the time to reflect on those who were personally affected by this pandemic, those who lost loved ones, those who lost their jobs and livelihoods, and those who worked tireless hours in our hospitals. I need to say thank you especially to my mom, Dr. Foxen, for working through the thousands of patients in the face of a daily threat. Our hearts go out to all of you, and we acknowledge all the strength you have shown, despite the hardships you have endured. For the first time ever on March 16, 2020, I announced to my friends and family I missed school. I can admit this now, but if there was ever a chance of snow in the winter, I would constantly refresh Snow Day Calculator on my phone, hoping that school would be canceled. However, in the time I had to sit around doing close to nothing all day during the shutdown, I realized what I missed so greatly at Garden City. We learned from side conversations, from quotes on the whiteboard, and from seeing each other's faces and expressions every day. We lost the thrill of attacking new material in the classroom and engaging with so many friends, teachers, and classmates. Our entire integrated experience and daily connection suddenly became absent right at the moment we were looking forward to so much. My dad told me not to get upset, to take it a day at a time, and not to show my unrest or frustration of losing our day-to-day life that we had taken so much for granted. A month into the quarantine, it became easier to adjust to the lifestyle, to fall into the limbo of sleeping late and unproductivity in the midst of all that was happening, and almost forget what we were so passionate about before. However, after I had the time to reflect on my education during my time at Garden City Schools and read more outside our curriculum, I was reminded of the importance of our human connection and the importance of holding on to what brings us joy in our lives. I realized that sometimes we must accept the hard times. We must push through and hold our heads high to not worry or discourage those around us. And while there is a time to be patient and endure, there also comes a time for action and initiative. We cannot allow ourselves to grow passive to our potential in the midst of the hardships that surround us. Now more than ever, it is evident that we must use this potential to work towards a better tomorrow. The theoretical physicist Brian Greene talks about how special our lives and our moment of thought are on this very planet in this universe. From his newest book, he writes, "Our moment of thought, our instant of light, is at once rare, wondrous, and precious." Our moment is rare, and we are lucky to be living in it, for we have this chance to do so much for everyone in this country and in the world. It is truly wondrous because the possibilities for our own futures are infinite. We must not pass this moment up. It is important and precious. Our class is so fortunate to be the new leaders of society and take hold of such a great future. Whether or not we are able to take advantage of this moment will depend on our ability to push past our internal conflict and work together. Our diversity can give us strength, but our differences can sometimes prevent us from achieving our goals. 60 years ago, President John F. Kennedy spoke of finding our common interests to solve our external strife, and his words still apply to our country today. Let us not be blind to our differences, but let us also direct attention to our common interests and to the means by which those differences can be resolved. For, in the final analysis, our most basic common link is that we all inhabit this small planet. We all breathe the same air. We all cherish our children's future, and we are all mortal. And as we go forward in our moment, we must be conscious of our differences, but not let them pose an obstacle as we work to improve our society. We must be careful to listen and learn from those around us, but know when it is right to speak out and hold our ground. But most importantly is how we will work together in finding our common ground as human beings, hoping to make the world and our country a better place for others. There's an infinitesimal likelihood that we should exist in this way at this moment. The pale blue dot Carl Sagan called our Earth, our entire existence, and everything we know and love is a miracle. As I think about this image, I'm enchanted by our existence, our clear, concentrated breath of life, and I'm in love with humanity. And this love connects each of us. It is the purpose we are called to as humans, not necessarily to like each person, but rather to hold true respect for the dignity within every person's soul. It is only through this love that we will actually begin to make strides towards justice in the world around us. In the words of Martin Luther King, darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that. Let us drive out hate. Let us radically love one another, and let us realize that all humans are intricately woven together into what Dr. King called the single garment of destiny. Congratulations, class of 2020. Roll Trojans!
Thank you, Mary. The class of 2020 has selected a faculty member to address us this morning. She is consistently named the favorite teacher by seniors. Please welcome Garden City High School English teacher Nancy Fleming.
Good morning, everyone. Students, it's wonderful to see you. We teachers and administrators desperately missed you. Today is a day that we all envision quite differently, yet our current surreal circumstances in no way diminish the many ways that you have made the class of 2020 so outstanding. Individually, you've emerged as scholars and philanthropists, researchers and leaders, artists and athletes, musicians and actors, volunteers, engineers, and of course, comedians. Collectively, you have supported each other during these difficult times, forging ahead with fortitude, optimism, and grace. I'd like to not only recognize you and your indefatigable spirit, but thank you for remaining so remarkable. I'm honored to address you today because I, like all of you, am a senior. In 10 minutes, though, when you'll be graduates, I will still be a senior. So I thought I'd offer you some advice based on my so many years of experiences as an educator, an executive, and a mom. Mythologist Joseph Campbell noted that our greatest transgression in life is not being fully awake. For many of us, it is often difficult to remain completely engaged when mired in our day-to-day routines and responsibilities. Campbell suggests that when you follow your bliss, that is, pursue the thing that you are most passionate about, you will be able to stay completely awake all of the time, enjoying that refreshment, that life within you. Many people settle in jobs that they don't enjoy, yet if you follow your most intense obsessions mercilessly, you will live the life you not only want to be living, but ought to be living. College may help you discover your bliss, although you may not recognize it right away. Take courses outside of your current educational orbit to maximize your education. Read voraciously, not simply your assignments. Writing is the greatest invention because it binds people together across the millennia to reveal the depth of human knowledge and the magic of humanity. In the end, six-figure salaries will afford you a good lifestyle, but following your bliss and continuing lifelong learning will bring you friends and contentment. Speaking of friends, Atticus Finch advised us to jump into someone else's skin, to not only understand them, but to learn about ourselves. As you move forward, befriend and listen to people who don't look, talk, or act like you. Engaging in meaningful conversations rather than spewing ideologies will teach you that there is more than one way to think, to feel, to believe, and to behave. Learning from others will give you meaningful insight about varying perspectives. Working with others will foster creativity, dialogue, and solutions. Your own voice is perhaps the most important element of your education. If you have a differing opinion, question, or perspective, be confident and speak up. Ideas are never wrong. Neil Gaiman glorified the power of words and participation when he wrote, "You should be free to argue, explain, debate, clarify, sing, dramatize, and deny, and you should not take these freedoms lightly." Don't be a passive participant in your own learning, or you'll miss some of life's largest lessons. Believe in yourself and your thoughts, and use your voice for good. Trust your instincts and ask for help when you need it. Whether attending your professor's office hours, calling home when you miss your family, visiting health services when you're not feeling physically or emotionally well, or asking a friend or a relative to hang out and socialize, you must advocate for yourselves. Reach out and people will respond. Go out and revel in your surroundings. Be aware of the rain and be aware of the smell of the rain on those gray days. Notice the sunlight slicing through the buildings as you walk through town or campus. Feel the coolness beneath the canopy of trees. Absorb the bounty of the outdoors when you listen to the birds' songs. By focusing on just one beautiful image each day, you will remain mindful, peaceful, and appreciative of all that you have. Nature rarely disappoints. Lastly, embrace your ever-changing experiences. You are young and smart, curious and talented. Make your own adventures. Your lives may seem to be on pause right now, but soon they will be on fast forward. Take the time to discover who you are and work on becoming who you are meant to be. Be kind, give back, stay cool. The best is yet to come. And please remember Garden City as fondly as we will remember you. Congratulations, class of 2020.
Thank you, Ms. Fleming. Okay, graduates, at this time, you should have the large yellow envelope that was on your chairs. Take that up. And attached to that envelope is a yellow card with your name printed on it. Tear that yellow card off. You're going to need to take that with you when you go up to receive your diploma cover. The large yellow envelope you can leave at your seat. So here's how this is going to work. I will call up row by row. And when I do, for the ladies, you'll walk to your right and then around the white stanchions on the track. Remain socially distanced, please. There are tape lines on the ground to keep you separate. This way you can keep your masks off. When you come to the table, you will pick up a diploma cover, and there are little feet on the ground to stand on to take a picture. A board member will be standing behind the table. The photographer will take your picture. And then you'll walk in front of where I am standing. There's another photographer right here. There's another set of feet on the ground. You'll take your picture there, and then you'll return to your seats. Men, you'll walk to your left, again around the stanchions. Practice social distancing. There are lines on the ground. You'll give your yellow card to Riley. Riley Bauer is going to announce the names for the men, and Isabella Ottamanelli will announce the names for the ladies. Once you hear your name again, you'll walk over to the table, pick up a diploma cover, stand on the footprints on the ground, take your picture, and then walk in front, right over here, more footprints on the ground to take your picture. Families in vehicles. I will tell you when to come out of your cars, all right? So when I announce each row by number, I'll invite you up to the fence where you will only be about 10 feet away from your graduate as they receive the diploma and take their picture. This is where everybody's cooperation is required. If you're coming out of your car up to the fence, you should be wearing a mask. Otherwise, you need to maintain that 6 feet social distance. After your graduate's name has been called, they take their picture, they walk back to the seat. We ask that you please return to your cars as well and do not congregate. It worked great at 9 a.m., and I'm hoping it's going to work great again here at the 11 a.m. ceremony. Thank you for your cooperation. This should go smooth, and let's go. So Isabella and Riley can come up. Mr. Parada and Mr. Malone come up to the podiums. Row 1 graduates, you may stand. Don't forget your yellow cards, everyone, as you come up. That's what you're going to hand to either Mr. Parada or Mr. Malone to have your names read. All right, board members are coming up to the tables. Families of row 1, you can come up to the front. Mr. Parada, Mr. Malone, let's just give them a few minutes to come up. Again, this is families of row 1. Come up. Please wear masks if you are not remaining 6 feet apart from one another. Okay, I think we're ready to go.
Yang Monli Liang,
Grant Michael Krawick.
Jessica Eve Liberopoulos,
Julian E. Lorenas.
Emily Rose Liberta,
Jack Dominic Lasala.
Okay, we'll pause. We'll allow row 2 to stand and families of row 2 to come forward. And we'll continue.
Mary Grace Foxon,
Aiden Vincent Long.
Catherine Butler Staub,
James Lynch.
Jamie Ann Bessendorfer,
Luke Daniel Lynch.
Bryn Madigan,
George Peter Arianis.
Riley Madigan,
Matthew William Marr.
Amanda Rose Malatak,
Constantine Marinos.
Kristen Anna Mangione,
Daniel Muscola.
Vanessa Renee Farris Marshart,
Okay, we'll pause again. Row 3, graduates stand. Families of row 3 may move forward. And again, families, once your graduate has returned to their seats, please return to your vehicles as well. And everyone, please wear masks or practice social distancing.
Paul Martin Matina.
Christina Mary Marciano,
Ryan Patrick McCormick.
Megan McCadden,
Dylan McDonald.
Allison McDonald,
Aiden Joseph McKernan.
Maggie McElroy,
James Thomas McNally.
Claire McGuire.
Joseph Alfredo McNiff.
Delaney Paige McKenna.
James Hugh McQuaid.
Okay, we'll pause for row 4 to stand and come forward, and families of row 4 to come forward at this time.
Caroline Grace McLaughlin.
Alexander Stephen Metadakis.
Kylie Marie McNeil.
Stephen Nicholas Michael.
Deirdre Ann McVicker.
Ryan Michelle.
Sophia McGalley.
Cole William Malay.
Marissa Lynn Mailing.
Jacob Q. Newmark.
Daniela Nicole Mejia.
Brandon Robert Knoll.
Olivia Autumn Marangola.
Liam Joseph O'Donoghue.
Okay, we'll pause for row 5 to stand and come forward, and families of row 5 to come forward. Okay.
Ashley Metz.
Logan O'Grady.
Paige Meyer.
Christian Arantes.
Lauren Mistretta.
Zachary M. Ortiz.
Megan Grace Monaco.
Kevin Patrick O'Shea.
Isabella E. Montanaro.
Paul John Ossipow.
Right here, Kevin.
Caitlin Motto.
Christian Ottabanelli.
Ashlyn Moulon.
Holden Charles Overbeck.
Maggie Mulvihill.
George Nicholas Thomas.
Okay, we're going to pause again Are we row 6 now? Row 6, please stand and come forward. Families of row 6. Again, families, as you exit your cars, please remember to wear your masks or remain socially distanced. Thank you. We can continue.
Jamie P. Murray.
Christopher Michael Papacina.
Diana Muscarella.
Nathan M. Perini.
Victoria Michelle Nastasi.
Gavin Patrick Paskowitz.
Lauren Elizabeth Nolan.
Dean Maurice Peterson.
Lisa Nicole Nudie.
Joseph Pericini.
This is fast. Bridget Kathleen O'Connor.
Daniel Edgar Ramirez.
Bailey Haviland O'Neill.
Jeffrey K. Rathgaber Jr.
Lauren Victoria Palmer.
Patrick Riggers.
Okay, we'll pause again, allow row 7 to stand and come forward, and families of row 7 to come forward. Remember, families, once you have your photos of your graduates and they've returned to their seats, please return to your vehicles as well. Thank you. We can continue.
Liliana Papachristos.
Anthony Rubio Jr.
Olivia Catherine Pappas.
Jack Richard Ryan.
Jordan Grace Pern.
Timothy Patrick Ryan.
Elizabeth Irene Phillips.
Matthew Ryan San Antonio.
Gwen Catherine Poole.
Giuseppe Anthony Scatino.
Kayla Jacqueline Quinn.
Christopher Schwatner.
Ashley Madison Raya.
Christian Jonathan Seabreth.
Okay, we'll pause again and allow row 8 to come up, and families of row 8 to come forward at this time. We can continue.
Yeah. Brooke Teresa Ritchie.
Ethan Senator.
Maya Rich.
Aiden C. Shea.
Catalina Sofia Rodriguez.
Thomas Patrick Scahill.
Anastasia Rukas.
Brendan S. Smith.
Emma Ruck.
Trevor Sutar.
Kara Rumsey.
Matthew Christopher Sparakis.
Mary Kate Nora Saunders.
John Sprufero.
Emily Scheibler.
Paul Glenn Stein.
Okay, we'll pause to allow row 9 to stand and come forward, and families of row 9, you can please come forward. Again, everyone, please remember to bring your masks when you come out of your vehicles or remain socially distant.
Claire Rosemary Schick.
Christian E. Sullivan.
Shay Elizabeth Shaffrin.
Mark A. Terran.
Theodora Stamoulis.
Jack Nicholas Thompson.
Claire Danielle Stapleford.
Dean Xavier Trapani.
Karina Suba.
Jack Andrew Valenti.
Ruoxu Tang.
Sebastian Vasquez.
Kylie Tierney.
Sean Michael Philippou.
Katerina Paulina Van Noy.
And I'm going to pause and allow row 10 to come forward at this time, and families of row 10, you can please come to the front.
Richard John Von Seelen.
Claire Catherine Van Wallendale.
George M. Vuso.
Kristen M. Vinciguerra.
William Wieland.
Lauren Emma Vona.
Brian Christopher Wood.
Angelina Grace Botruba.
Gongchen Wu.
Athena Weisenberger.
Gary Wu.
Sarah D. Wu.
Christos Nicholas Llanos.
Zuair Wu.
Mateo Santiago Yepes.
Hannah Yan.
James Zhang.
Jessica Faith Yu. Jillian P. Young.
Just gonna wait for them to finish. He gets another one. Because of the double duty, gotta read the name twice.
Brooke Allison Zaru.
Bella Ottamanelli. Riley Bauer.
I'm going to read the names of some of the graduates that were not able to be here today. Xinyu Liu, Davy McNally, Marie Moen, Skyla Rivera, Tom Strauss, Andrew Vinci, and Deanna Watkins. Congratulations, class of 2020. So I want to tell you a little surprise that you have in your yellow envelopes that are on the floor. You can pick those up now. Your diplomas are actually inside there. We never give the diplomas out at the ceremony, but you guys are getting them this year. So you have your diplomas. So that yellow envelope is very important. Do not lose it. Do not crinkle it. You also have certificates from other government agencies in there. There's also a program for you to keep as a memento of this day. Now the most important part. Graduates, please stand. I will now confer your diplomas. I, Kevin Steingrubner, principal of Garden City High School, on behalf of the New York State Board of Regents, with the permission of the Garden City Board of Education and the Superintendent of Schools, do hereby confer upon the graduates who stand before me a New York State high school diploma with all the rights and privileges that it provides. Congratulations, class of 2020. Before we recess, I want to thank so many of the people that were involved in the planning and the execution of making this happen today. It's not the ceremony that we all wished for. We wanted everyone to be together, but we may do with what we have. And I want to thank all the families for cooperating today and making this work. This worked out great. We appreciate your cooperation. And graduates, we appreciate your cooperation as well. I want to thank Tamara from Island Photo. She's been taking your pictures here. We've been emailing since March, going back and forth every week about how this is going to look. We kept changing, and she was with us all along. I want to thank Sensory Sound. These guys are with us all the time, every year. The FM transmission worked great. I want to thank Mr. Mayo. He's doing our Instagram live feed right now. Mr. Albani is filming as well. This is all going to be posted on YouTube. All right, either, sometime in the next couple of days, we'll have that on there. Terry from Syntax is here taking photos as well. That's our public relations firm. Thank you. I see Ed Rotondo out there taking photos. Thank you, Ed, for being here as well. Covert Security is securing the perimeter today to make sure and everyone's safe, and they do that on a daily basis throughout the school year. Thanks to our custodial and grounds crew, John Buffalino, Tom Nacella, for making all this work today, all the setup. You guys did a great job. Thank you all. And of course, all the teachers and the staff that are here today. They're here in the robes. It's like 105 degrees out here, and we're wearing these nice wool robes. Thank you for doing that. You're out here in the orange shirts, the yellow shirts, keeping everyone in line. Thank you very much. Thanks for getting us in. You guys did a great job. I want to thank everyone again. So, now our recession is going to work this way. We're going to go one row at a time, and you're going to all exit to your left. So pick up all of your items, and we'll start with row 1. You're going to exit where you came in. You're going to find your cars. Family, remain in your vehicles. Once you find your vehicle, everybody should be in there, and then you'll be directed out. Please do not congregate. Again, thank you, everyone, for your cooperation. Families, thank you, and it's a great day.